Kyle Farley.
The very essence of our culture today is that we say one thing and do another. So no wonder it's not easy to predict us.
Kyle Farley. As a futurist and consumer trend analyst, her foresight is proven, with a career spanning 25 years.
We are diverse and global in a way that we've never been before, and it's only going to accelerate.
As a speaker, her enthusiasm, her signature refreshing style, and irreverent humor enable Kyle Farley to engage the audience in a unique exchange of energy and ideas.
You have to be compelling, because in this world of ours, of compressed change, loyalty is the absence of something better, and you have to be that something better.
Her mantra, taking charge of your life, business and personal, makes her engagements a life-changing experience. Kyle Farley. Power from knowledge.
For the first time in history, there are going to be millions of people going for self-actualization.
Kyle Farley is a visionary, but more importantly, she's a straightforward communicator of that vision.
And I want to just go into this a little bit for you so that you can understand the direction that retailing will have to move to keep up with consumers over the next 10 years.
Kyle Farley is able to translate intuition into information, insight into influence, foresight into focus, making sense out of complex lifestyle and behavioral changes.
You know, everybody complains now that they're really busy. I think they're going to be 3 times busier in the 90s, actually. And the problem is going to be reacting and trying to deal with all the complexity of life and the speed with which life is moving. It's going to be really difficult.
That doesn't sound like very much to look forward to right offhand. Is there going to be anything out there that's going to make our lives easier?
All kinds of products and services that will be positioned to try to simplify life and make it easier and make it less stressful, make you feel like you can get away from it, either for a minute or for an hour or for a weekend.
The accuracy of her predictions has been uncanny. And for that reason, she's advised many of the world's leading companies on positioning, branding, and marketing. Kyle Farley has also served as a director for 2 New York Stock Exchange traded companies, and she's frequently quoted by a wide array of international magazines, newspapers, and trade publications.
What's your advice then to companies who are catering and marketing to this generation?
It's really about helping them create memories and about positioning products as experiences, not things.
Kyle Farley's speaking engagements have taken her all over the world, and she brings to each performance a modern, global perspective, due in part to her twin offices in the US and France. Every appearance is unique, punctuated with highly original photographic images and powerful visual stimuli from sources in the pop culture. These images clearly illustrate trends and ideas and allow Kyle Farley to create a nuanced and memorable impression.
The same issues that affect consumers affect us as business people.
When Kyle Farley is invited to speak, the performance is highly customized to the topic, the audience, and the event, ensuring that time spent at her engagement will be relevant and useful.
And I think this is the most important thing I can say. Don't sit out there and say, oh yeah, I know what it was like to be a teenager. I was a teenager once. You were not a teenager the way these people were teenagers. You were not a child the way they were children. Your life is different. Your generational issues are different. So don't presume to understand them unless you study them.
Kyle Farley speaks on a broad range of topics concerning consumer trends and is a renowned authority on generational differences of the Boomers, Gen X, and Gen Y. She began researching the generations long before it was popular and continued to delve even deeper with her groundbreaking video series, TRENDTRAX, throughout the early 90s.
By the mid-90s, you're going to be extremely shocked to find that the baby boomers who you think you know everything about are not at all what you expected. They will be a moralistic, pompous, snobby, nosy, annoying group of people who will want to impose their moral agenda on everybody else. The baby baby boomers love to put rules up for other people. And all the other people hate the baby boomers' rules from the get-go. Look what we've banned. Smoking. Now, helmets on bikes. I managed to get through my entire childhood. Going down the driveway with my foot in the air, no hands, with no helmet. My mother actually managed to go through her pregnancy drinking martinis, and I'm here, you know?
Since 1997, Carol Farmer has broken new ground on the topic of generational differences, predicting what she feels will be the biggest trend of the coming decades. It is a movement she termed second wind, the redefinition of aging by the dominant boomer generation, a generation of which Carol Farmer herself is a part.
Retirement? I don't think so. Forget about it. I don't think our generation will ever retire. And I don't think it's because there won't be any money in the Social Security system or whatever. I think it's just built into us. Because the idea of stopping, of getting older, instead of going and growing older, just doesn't seem to, fit for us. Getting older, implies a passivity that we have just never had as a generation. Growing older, think of the blossoming of it. Growing older is about taking control, and we love that. The boomers are obsessive control freaks. So here we're going to have a new phase of life, and we're just going to take charge of it.
10,000 boomers will turn 50 every day for the next 20 years. Carol Farmer forecasts that second wind will create a whole new structure for aging. And one way or another, it will impact all of us.
This trend is going to blast through business, and it is going to blow away a lot of stale, hot air. We have to completely shift our focus when we're marketing to boomers to this more evolved customer. Millions of these will be second winders, and all of them will have these two things in common. First, the need to control their time and money. And secondly, the need to explore their personal passion.
Carol Farmer's revelations on second wind are not only theory. In 1991, on a sabbatical painting vacation to Brittany in western France, a personal epiphany shocked her into redefining her priorities. Over the next 10 years, she created a parallel life for herself in France, restoring an 18th century farm where she would pursue her passion for painting.
My own journey was so humbling, but it reconnected me to a part of myself that I had just long ignored, but which was a part of me at the beginning of my life, me the artist. But the point of this is not about me, but what I'd like so much if you would do is to look through my journey and see yourself. The idea of the journey of the baby boomers and where it will take all of us is profoundly important, because when we take a journey, we take the world with us.
Carol Farmer's personal connection to the journeys of her generation continue to inspire audiences all over the world, encouraging them to re-examine unrealized dreams and discover their second wind.
I'm asking you to look inside yourself and see if you feel this restlessness, if you'd like to sort of sit down and redefine your values, if maybe there is a crisis looming in your life, if maybe you would like to get control over your time and reconnect to yourself. Maybe your soul is hungry for nurturing. And so maybe you're ready to open your mind, your heart, and your soul to the next step, which I think is second wind.
Insightful, dynamic, entertaining, a remarkable experience that just might change your life. Carol Farmer, power from knowledge.